Hi sweeties, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to play this new game that I got for free in the Epic Game Store called Gamedec. I believe it's supposed to be a cyberpunk detective game, so I'm kind of excited for it. Let me know what you think down below in the comments if you've heard of this game or if it's brand new to you.
It's a strange profession. Game deck. You're neither a player nor a detective. You know the rules and how people break them. How they leave a digital trail. And there is always a trail. A flaw in the source code. Backdoors used by cheaters. Anonymity skins, used to cover up unpopular activities. All can be found. All can be traced. With a lot of skill and a little bit of luck. Sometimes more than a little. Because there are surprises, even for a game deck. But in the end, you keep your eyes on the prize. This is my story. What's yours?
Okay, so I'm very interested in the character customization. I really am intrigued by these characters here, the colored hair. I also like how these characters look like V from Cyberpunk, but they also have some character presets, which are pretty neat if you ask me. And they each have their own backstory, which is really neat. My favorite out of all of them, honestly, this is like a close second, but this character, I think she is so pretty. Zaya Singh, she's 35, female, and idealist. She's righteous, hot-headed, and stylish. Zaya is a rising star among the game decks, banished from the biodome where she grew up for crimes she did not commit. She now gets her thrills hunting criminals in sensory worlds. I feel like there's going to be an underlying layer of dialogue when we visit the biome she was previously banished from, and I just love her look, so I'm going to go in and play as her. I'm trying to be a good detective, so I think we're going to do true detective mode. I took a moment to read these individually, wasn't going to waste your time. And I've realized that professions are based off of your attributes here, and you start with a core attribute and then it essentially branches out. So since I'm not playing as myself, I'm trying to think as my character. I really like Scalpel based on she's a rule follower, has compassion and service, and she's quite determined and sincere. I think we also have enough for this profession, which is life is a game with no rules. If you trust the system, it will betray you. So it's almost like a rebellion, and it unlocks, cheater. I can cheat in games. Gangway hound. I'm not a stressed re-educator. It's kind of like a sheriff. Whereas if I was the scalpel, sensory surgeon, I know people from the inside out and I can influence them in ways like that. So I think I don't know. I could play the I'm banished and now I'm a better person, but I could also say I'm banished and I'm gonna come back as a bad bitch. So I'm gonna go with it. Hey sweeties, I'm so sorry that I'm interrupting your video here. I just want to give you a heads up that I'm actually recording audio after editing the footage because this game wasn't very easy to record live commentary. So you will notice I might sound a little different because I'm using a better microphone. So just trying to give you a heads up before you're like, hey, whoa, what's going on? We're zipping and zooming. Okay, so our first client is Jeffrey Haggis. I had the opportunity to decline the call, but I didn't want to, so I answered it. Obviously, we're detectives. We don't know who our clients are until we meet them face to face.
So I'm just searching around the receptionist's desk because I'm like, that's weird. Why is there like an error message and it's unattended pretty much? And then I looked at the picture frame because we've never met this guy before. I kind of wanted to get a feel for what he looked like. Then we enter his office. There was a guy sitting on the sofa, but I wasn't going to talk to him. I didn't know who he was, if you catch my drift. And then Jeffrey takes us into this game room / living room area to discover his son, who has been in a virtual world for 4 days, which is not healthy because you need to eat, you need to drink. The sofa keeps you stabilized, but it's not really giving you nutrients. I look around the area for clues to figure out what actually happened before he went into the virtual world. I found alcohol in a few different places, and the guy who's in the other room is actually the child's friend, who he was also in the virtual reality. But right now we're just going to focus on this girl who is not in a protective suit. She's kind of just in civilian clothing. So we're going to figure out what's her deal and if we can even communicate with her, because the kid is just, he is comatose. So this girl is stuck in the virtual reality world,
A Gamedec.
but
That's
separated?
great. Yeah, I'm Starlet. I can't seem to log out.
So pretty much while I'm trying to help Starlet log out of the simulation, someone is attacking us, which we eventually learn who it is, but I actually failed this. I didn't quite understand how to get her out, because you can't just take the helmet off of them. You have to like lure them out. Again, I failed this part, so unfortunately her mind is getting attacked from someone in the virtual world. And once I fail, she actually ends up in a coma. And I don't like the fact that we can't help her after the fact. Like, I can't call anyone to like take her to the hospital or anything. So I didn't like that, but it is a chat game. So you can only do your best, at least. But if you play this game, I would not recommend shaking her shoulders. That's what I did. I try to shake her awake. That obviously did not work because she's actively being hacked. So once we leave Starlet, we can't get any more clues from her. So we start going around and looking in the client's office. I try to hack into his computer by ripping out a bunch of wires. That didn't work. I find more alcohol on the floor. The butler guy is like, hey, you need to talk to Timmy because he needs to go home, which Timmy, again, is the son's friend.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Basically, Timmy told me that him and Fredo, which is the son, went into these virtual worlds for his 16th birthday party, and Fredo was just doing the weirdest things, making Timmy feel uncomfortable. So Timmy logged off, didn't give a you-know-what about his friend, who is stuck in the virtual world. So Timmy got out just fine because he didn't get basically trapped in the game, but he stuck around so that he could answer the Gamedec / detective's questions. I played this harp a little bit and I found a secret safe. It had money, obviously, some jewels, and pills. So the pills, we learned briefly, are used to like stabilize your body and your bladder, which is what the girl did. And that's why she's not wearing a suit. But we still don't know what's going on with Fredo. So now it is my turn to go in the virtual world. And based on Timmy's testimony, I went into the Paradise Island, which is this location. It looks pretty meek and mild. I mean, it's just like a hotel resort simulation. But then I realized that Timmy lied to me, and this is not where Fredo went. He actually went to Twisted and Perverted. So while I'm in the Paradise Island, I talk to an AI. She wants to scan me to make sure that I am authorized to use the chair that I'm on and that I'm able to log into this world. Once I talk to her for a little bit, I find out about the Twisted and Perverted login. So here, I meet a random unicorn. He is a hacker. I fall for his trick. I rub the horn, and, well, you don't want to rub the horn.
Alright, sweeties, thank you so much for sticking to the end of the video. Again, I'm so sorry there's no live commentary, but hopefully what I said made sense. I think that's going to be how I record this Let's Play of Gamedec going forward. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate you very much, sweeties, and I hope you have a great and wonderful day.